My character's name is Willy Mad Dog Henderson. He is a mob boss on the West Coast. I chose him because the life of a mob boss was full of ups and downs, from prohibition and making a lot of money by selling stuff illegally, up until prohibition was taken away and their business in selling alcohol was lowered. My storyline follows his journey from rising to power in the West Coast and eventually falling when the economy crashes. He then goes off east and begins robbing banks until he finally settles down somewhere on the East Coast. He is chased by police officers almost the entire story, and by the end he finally gets caught. I chose this storyline and the prompts because they reflected many ideals that are stereotypical of mob bosses and crime lords in that time. It also seemed like a interesting story to tell and journey to take. One of the challenges that I encountered while doing my project was accidentally burning through one of the pages. I put a hole on the third prompt and ended up gluing it to the next page and then rewriting what I burned away on the next page. That was really the only issue that I found. Other than that, I was careful with the fire and made sure to not burn away too much. My best journal entry was the third one. It starts in January 4th, 1925. It says, 1920 to now has been a madhouse of exit parties just enjoying life, which is better for business. One guy, F. Scott Fitzsomething, bragged about his $1 million book, which would be read for decades. Sure it would. He was a party animal. What a cake eater, too. Just kept screaming about some amazing fat bee, which would be the host of parties in his book, and has a crush on his neighbor's cousin. Sounds like another book not to read. Anyways, this party was incredible. Huge house with lights and music, endless alcohol by yours truly, and drugs by Benny, no doubt. Sadly, it got a little out of control for me, and I left early. I'm a simple man of simple taste and no desire for big, raging parties. Moral of the story is that if you ever see a man talking of a great fat bee at a party, it's best you get out soon. Other parties are not as bad and are actually a lot of fun for people like me who can handle their booze. Most of my parties consist of me, Benny, Kenny, my assistant, my wife Margaret, and a few neighbors. Nothing too big or out of control, and everyone is fine the next morning. F. Scott Fitzsomething will never be invited to a party of mine. Sincerely, Mad Dog.